now it is with great pleasure that I introduce our next speaker, Sam Lee. Sam is co-founder and CEO of Thoropass, formerly known as Leica, an information security compliance and audit technology that is backed by JP Morgan, Finn Capital, and other leading investors. And before Thoropass, Sam was an EIR at Bain Capital, and prior to that, led Zinc Platform, a YC-backed insurtech startup, as its co-founder and CTO. We are thrilled to welcome Sam to the stage.
Thank you, Lisa. Super excited to be here and be a sponsor of this wonderful event. So let's see. So about 7 years ago, I was pitching my last startup idea to a prominent West Coast VC. I think they love our ideas, they like the team, and they brought into the vision, but the conversation ended in an interesting note. When I told them that I intend to move back to the East Coast and build a company in New York, the partner said, look, if you're serious about building a really big software company, you better move to the Bay Area. New York City is at best a local maximum. Ouch. They didn't invest in my company. I don't know if the location was a deal breaker, but I've been thinking about this statement since then. Because in some sense, they were not wrong. Back at the time when we first started in New York for my last company, I constantly find myself have to relocate talents from the Bay Area, convince people to move to the city. I can never make it to those last-minute text message organized VC happy hours in Menlo Park. And every year we have to make a trip to Sand Hill Road through JFK, not Uber, every time we need to race around. And I learned that startup can sometimes be a pretty local game. Now, that was from prehistoric time, like 2015. Things have changed a lot since then, and it was very different when I was founding my current company, Thoropass, which until early this year was known as Leica in 2019. Not only were we welcomed by a group of high-quality New York-based investors, the entire ecosystem was much more mature at this point in terms of investors, capital, community events, organizations like Primary and Tech NYC, as well as we got enormous support from industry incumbents such as JP Morgan, whose growth equity team led our Series B. At this point, all of our investors have major New York City presence, and the city's venture scene is now rightfully, if not finally, being viewed as an equal to the Bay Area, a global maximum. So from our first office, whose window literally faced a brick wall, as you can't make this up, is the New York City rite of passage, to getting on the billboard of Times Square. Thoropass has been and still is a product of the New York City tech ecosystem. Throughout our journey, the city has unblocked talent and capital for us time and time again, and we want to give back to the community just as much by unblocking information security compliance as a barrier to innovation for every startup founder. You may or may not have heard of the word SOC 2 or high trust, but rest assured, you will need them. Behind those badges stand robust information security programs that we build with our customers. And what you don't want to do is to wait until the last minute when your customers ask for them, or try to build it by yourself when you have a full-time business to run. Both were mistakes I ran into in 2015. I know compliance and audit could sound daunting, if not scary at times, but that's precisely why we started Thoropass, to become the TurboTax and Carta for information security compliance. So if you are a B2B startup founder, fintech, health tech, SaaS companies, or if you are having trouble answering the 500-question security questionnaire you get from enterprise buyers, or if you are a VC who has portfolio companies that have those problems, please come find me. This is Sam from Thoropass. We're born and raised in New York City, and we are here to help so that you can focus on your innovation and build your business block by block. Thank you.